Like you could like
Like the
no
clapping
no
sound?
no I don't mean you could I mean you could actually hear the like straight up.
Here's the question: real or fake?
What?
The
Oh, that's a good question. Dun dun dun. Anyway, how's it going? And welcome to a brand new series. I don't know how bad my audio is right now. Hello.
I don't see any sound bars, so I'm blind, so I don't see them. I'm gonna assume it's.
You need to get it
average
up
at
close.
best.
Like
Bro.
really.
Bruh, my face is on the mic. How much closer do you need me?
I mean, when you word it like that.
Like, bruh, you can Photoshop this into a Subway 6-inch
Ew,
type thing.
ew, ew, ew. Why don't you go talk to them right now?
I'm good. I ain't trying to get
You
involved.
might as well.
I ain't trying to get involved in no fake moaning.
You might as well. Shh, I don't want to give us crap.
You
I
know
want to
it's
give me
fake.
crap.
That's fine. That ain't my problem.
That is mine.
Look at me knocking over here. What do you mean fake? These strokes are authentic.
They're all 100% beef.
They're on beat.
Anyway, how's it going? And welcome to what I guess will be called eventually the Cold Brew Grind. And there's a specific reason for that, but unfortunately, the main reason for that was not possible due to some unforeseen and unfortunate car issues.
Can you imagine if you had like the hype person, like you know how those rap people have those hype men in the background going, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like every stroke, yeah, yeah, yeah.
you got this, man.
You know, like
No, the fucking
like you know how every rap song has that weird guy in the
Hold on.
background just hyping you up.
No, I was gonna say, imagine having the guy from the old man from Rocky
Oh,
hyping you up.
the hype. Shit, lightning. When I'm done with you, you're gonna crap thunder and shit lightning.
We're at my studio, aka HQ, and there's let's just say there's extracurricular activities going on in a different studio.
They're getting their cardio in. You know how it is in these coronavirus times. Gotta get that workout any way you can. Gotta stay healthy.
And there's like loud music going on at the same time. There's like hip hop going on, and it might be them, but it might not. I'm not sure, but it almost seems like they're trying to go on beat.
Might be a music video. Could be OnlyFans. You know that industry is taking off lately.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with OnlyFans.
Nothing at
Don't
all.
put it on the spotlight.
I mean,
Nothing wrong with that.
not at all. I mean, if you can market yourself and get it off, power to you. Must be nice.
You know, you wish you could.
I mean, yeah, but ain't no one gonna pay money to watch me do things.
No, I mean, no one, first of all, wants to watch you to begin with.
Exactly. Well, maybe. Who knows?
I mean, besides that one dude that from that, hey Poppy.
I don't know, man. All I gotta do is tell him I'm filming some new music video, like our friends over here in the other room.
That's what the whole thing's about. Anyway,
We out here.
this is Eternal, as some of you might not know if anyone's still watching from the good old days, from the Smite streams and Smite videos in general.
I'm usually the person taking all the L's.
Yeah, he's usually the person I'm usually shitting on.
Yeah.
Why are you yawning?
No, I'm sighing.
Why are you sighing?
Cause I've taken way too many L's this last couple of days.
Nonsense.
Still recovering.
It's going great.
No.
It's been going great.
I'm getting tower dived by midgets. PTSD strong.
Did you just say the M word?
No.
What did you say? Getting tower dive by what?
By midgets.
By what?
Midgets. Short people?
You're not supposed to use that word anymore.
I don't know.
No.
Since when?
It's been a while.
Ah. Well, gonna have to
SJW.
gonna have to edit this out.
Where's the Karen?
Don't kill me.
Oh, yeah. Actually, apparently you're not supposed to use that word either.
Oh,
You're not supposed to call Karens anymore.
I did see that, and it was especially hilarious. The person leading that movement was
Karen?
unironically named Karen. It was, I don't know.
Was it Big Red?
Was it?
I don't know. So I'm asking you. Was it Big Red?
Might have been, but I don't know. The whole Karen thing, I think it's a very interesting point of view because now these oftentimes privileged middle class and higher people are experiencing what it's like to have really stupid stigmas attached to you just for existing.
For example, Eternal.
What did I do?
I don't know. You're just ugly.
Oh, okay, you're
That-
you're one to talk.
I mean, okay.
Crocagator looking ass.
Hey, man. Crocodilators are cool.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? Have you seen the way they freaking roll around, the freaking breaking, that's just ripping off freaking limbs?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Steve Irwin's cooler.
And look what happened to him.
Rest his soul. That man, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve to go out like that.
I mean, you got to admit, though, that was pretty Steve Irwin style there.
It was, but of all the things he's done, it's kind of anticlimactic. The one thing that does him in is like he accidentally scares a manta ray, and that's what gets him. Like this man out here straight up wrestling a crocodile to save their lives.
Have you noticed, though, that his son is actually taking up the mantle?
Oh yeah, he's doing great work too.
Yeah, he does. So it's kind
His
of cool.
daughter too, doesn't?
I don't know what his daughter's doing, but I do remember that I do remember hearing his daughter doing something, but I know his son is like completely like taking over the mantle. Like he completely like dove in and got the full what is it, the beige suit, the tan
The
khaki
animal
suit.
wrangling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like completely full on.
The cold blimey crocking mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like completely. I think it was on, what was that thing? Jimmy Fallon with Kevin Hart,
Probably.
and Kevin Hart was like completely scared of something. I can't remember what it was.
The clown? Is it the clown episode?
No, it was Steve Irwin's son that came in and brought some animals.
Oh lordy.
Should see it.
Should see it indeed.
I mean, maybe if you got close to the mic.
Jeez, you act
Kinda-
like I don't spend my life talking to the mic like you do, okay?
I have not.
Mr. Twitch streamer.
I have not. It's only been like maybe like 5-6 years.
Only. I'm like here.
Well, I mean, partly has been that. Another part, I mean, luckily up to to some small freaking third.
Third party? It looks like they have a position switch going on up there.
There's no fourth floor. That's
On the roof?
no. I'm just like, because I'm like, listen. That's what I do when I'm saying like, listen, like, pay attention. I think the search positions, ladies and gentlemen. We'll give you the play-by-play as it comes.
It's
literally, pun intended.
It certainly seems like our young stud has adjusted to a position that better fits the needs of his partner, judging by the heavy breathing and loud noises she's executing up there.
But the question begins still: is it real?
Well,
Dun, dun, dun.
I think it is a little more real based on the labored sound of her breathing and the fact that her moaning is not in tune with the music. It seems to be a little offbeat, which does seem a little more natural.
I mean, if only you got close to the mic saying all that.
Again, I'm like right here. I'm basically
Look at the thing. Look at the thing. Look at the thing.
My face
Yours is in the second one, the one that's highlighted.
highlighted. Well, I'm right here. I'm doing the best I can.
I'm like, he's like learning how to speak to a mic properly.
They don't teach me this in school.
I mean, it's only common sense where you're talking to the mic.
I'm talking to the mic.
No, not to the mic. You're not having a conversation with the microphone.
What, I have to like be up inside this microphone?
Yeah, basically.
I don't know where this bandana's been. What the fuck? All right, that's definitely the corkscrew method going on there. That's the got her legs over her shoulders type thing going on. That's I don't know. There's only a few positions that I've witnessed that sound effect coming from.
God damn it, dude.
It's like what do you call that instrument where like you just like
The trombone?
no like it's like a trombone but it's like the joke version of it the kids use, like the little It's like a little flute, a little silly flute. It's
I don't know the name of it.
like not a kazoo. It's I don't know what it's called. Ooh,
Oh damn!
ooh,
Oh,
she's screaming.
Woo.
Okay. All right. So, what was that? You heard a loud banging? Must be the neighbors.
probably.
All right. So, judging from that, we're gonna have to assume he flipped her over into the downward-facing dog, and is most likely firmly grasping the roots of her hair for that type of projection. Because that angle allows for the highest airflow and the loudest possible noise.
That was kind of funny.
And it seems like they might have finished because things have gone.
Yeah,
Silent.
after that banging,
Maybe.
someone like banged at the wall or the door or something, and then all of a sudden it stopped.
Plot twist. He mounted her right here against the wall, and that's the banging sound.
Slammed the head on the wall.
Yep.
Oh
No,
no! Oh, there it is.
Okay. No, certainly seems like she's on top now. Because you only really hear that change in the pitches when you're bouncing up and down. So it's either that or Homeboy is really going in deep with the thrusting right there, forcing the bouncing action.
Oh my god. Anyway. So what do you do?
What do I
Don't
do?
say what actual locations.
What do I do? I work retail.
And
Well, I was working as a teacher assistant for a while, but I had to resign because I'm doing student teaching.
wait, why'd you have to resign?
We're not allowed to get paid for student teaching. And also, student teaching takes place during the same hours as the teacher assistant job, so it's
Which one are you supposed to do for your thing?
for my program. It's
Yeah.
the student teaching. The teacher assistant was just an entry level job position for me to build up
Oh,
a
so
resume.
you resigned from a teacher assistant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you resigned from like student teaching. I'm like, wait, what?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm resigning in order to do that.
Oh.
Yes. And apparently, I'm a play-by-play sex commentator. Judging by
Dude, it just like switched up.
that,
Like, what the fuck?
they going in there. That's certainly some round 3 energy going on
Yeah,
down
seriously,
there.
what time is it?
It's 1 in the morning. It's definitely round 3 energy because round 1 tends to be really uneventful. Round 2 is okay, but like with that type of screaming and just overall banging going around, definitely in the middle of a crazy session. Just theory.
So, besides that, what do you do? Retail?
I do retail. I work with students, and I am studying to be a teacher.
So what do you do now that you're out of whatchamacallit?
I cry deeply as I work retail, and I deal with all the people that
Speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic.
I said I cry deeply as I work retail and have to deal with many customers who can't read signs and quite literally have a sense of like privilege or whatever's going on here. I don't even know what the word is, but they can't be bothered to read basic signs or really do anything. It's quite annoying having to spoon feed people in their 40s.
How do I fix that real quick? How's that?
Ah, jeez.
There.
Why are you trying to shove this thing
There.
down my mouth?
Oh shit.
Jeez. I did
No,
not.
actually, yeah, speak that way.
I did not consent.
There you go.
Help. No, just kidding. No, it's, just retail. A lot of
Like,
customers
that
are freaking
doesn't
out.
sound like really get into it. Really get in there.
A lot of people are out there. They're uncomfortable. It's kind of hilarious watching some of my other coworkers get chewed out because we have some customers that get really anal about the 6 feet thing
So what's the worst thing that's happening so far?
during the
No,
COVID.
yeah, during the COVID.
Let's see. Well, nothing to me personal. Well, sort of. There's this one instance where this lady came in. She had some questions about a printer, and the tech associate pissed her off a lot because he would try to approach the printer itself so he can read it and explain it to her. But the lady would like start screaming, like screeching at him, "No, stay away from me, 6 feet." and she just kept chasing the guy off whenever he would try to approach her to help her. But she would also like scream and complain for help. It hit a point where the gentleman just straight walked away, said, "I'm not dealing with this," and I got thrown into helping her out. And the whole time she was just talking trash about the guy, like, "Oh, he's not respecting my 6 feet," and I'm just like, "Okay, lady, I get that, but I never heard you at any point tell him that you're social distancing. You know, just I don't know. It was just she was being unnecessarily aggressive to the guy, and she was being overly passive aggressive with me too. I had to tell her like, I need to approach the device. Do you want to step away so I can give you the?
Step away.
I told them like, can you step back a few feet so I can like take a good look at this, tell you what you need to know, because a lot
Step away from the vehicle, ma'am.
like, ma'am, step away from the sign that you refuse to read so I can read it to you. It's just some of these things don't make sense.
All right, and before COVID,
Before COVID,
because this is like your second stint at whatchamacallit, right?
my second time
At that place.
Yeah, second time. I'm a rehire where I am because I got to enjoy a little break of sorts. At that location, no, nothing too much before COVID. Pretty ordinary. Just no. Although it was pretty interesting because my workplace is right across the street from a police station. So during
The riding go.
Yeah, so during the period of time where the protests and the rioting was going on, I was quite surprised that no one actually broke into the store. Like, they broke some windows, but they didn't get in there.
While you guys were there?
No, this was, like, after we closed down.
Oh, okay. So after hours.
Yeah, but there was, like, many instances where we had to leave work early, or I would be on my way to work.
And they're like, don't come in.
And they're like, nope, don't come in because, I don't know if you've seen the news, but there was a few instances during the weekends where there was, like, a couple thousand people in that area. So it was just a safety hazard to even show up for work at that time.
I'm going to turn the pattern of the thing.
Definitely. I'm
Where is
getting
it? There it is.
starting to get those hotbox vibes. Oh damn,
Hold on. There it is. That way it just keeps blowing up.
that's fine.
So
Yeah, just it's been really interesting.
I've been hitting the vape here, and the vape keeps like going in his face, and he's just like trying to blow it away.
I'm like, help! I have weak lungs.
Well, you have asthma, don't you?
Yeah, so I'm extra.
What don't you have? That's COVID. I would assume.
I would hope so. No, nothing crazy, nothing too much.
I mean, you're allergic to cats, but you still pet the cats.
Yeah, you only live once. I'm lactose intolerant, and I put down an entire milkshake before coming down here.
Hell, not a bathroom over there.
It's okay, I can hang.
Yeah, you said that now. Till all of a sudden I start smelling it.
Nah, I don't really get the gases. I just get the really intense dropping tactical nukes.
So you basically dropped the kids off at the pool.
I nuke the toilet, so to speak. I put the porcelain telephone out of order, depending on the consistency of the beverages.
Jeez.
I mean, depending on how adventurous you are, it could be a detox.
Where'd you get the shake from anyway?
It was Burger Factory. Really, really great food there. 10 out of 10 experience. Would go again. I'm just like, I'm not even,
It's like trying to repel the vape.
I'm not even smoking, but like I'm blowing when you blow because like get this shit out of my face.
Should I guess next time just bring a mask.
Yeah, I bring a full-on air filter. I'll just bring a hazmat suit.
Run the hall with the little filter, the little.
Just be like Darth Vader. Find me the microphone. Nah, I can't do Darth Vader.
That sounds more like Kylo.
Oh yeah, that I don't know. I was really not feeling the direction they took those last couple of movies in.
I haven't seen the last one yet.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the last one yet.
if you can just forget everything you know about the storyline, the trilogy, it's a pretty solid standalone movie. But the continuity of it all is really painful to digest. You see them doing a lot of the minor characters dirty.
It's just sad that, well, I guess one of them was supposed to stay alive. Leia was supposed to still be alive. But,
Yeah, but her actor died.
Yeah.
Was it Carrie Fisher, I believe?
Yeah, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, and Did you see the? I think they CGI'd her in the last movie before
Yeah.
that.
No, it wasn't. It was like unused footage.
Unused foot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really awkward. The whole I can use the force suddenly in outer space type thing. Spoiler alert.
That's
But
good.
if you
That's
have
like 5 years back.
if you haven't seen the movie yet,
No, that was hilarious. Though. That was hilarious when the ship blew up and then all of a sudden she used the force and it's just like that.
like it was it was just like a straight up.
It's like give me the sandwich.
It looked like they cropped one of her frames from like another scene or something, and she just suddenly has like magnet hands for the ship. Like, give me that ass, like like come here.
It's like literally one of the freaking moments. Like as soon as it happens, just like honey.
You're just looking. It was like I was in the theaters. I was looking at it, and at first I was like, "Oh yeah, hype! Look at her go! She's definitely a Skywalker." But then, like when you think about it, it's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Basically, it just looked like she was like one of those like popsicle stick puppets who just like moves across the background.
Bro, just imagine Spider-Man, right? Both up the webs, and that was what she looked like. Like just Spider-Maning or Batman grappling back to the ship. It was, it was very one of the more cringe moments, and
It was great.
there's a few more of those in the last movie.
There's a couple of that like throughout the whole last trilogy.
The whole trilogy is very cringeworthy. I think they changed the director like twice during the whole thing.
I don't know. I have no clue.
I know for sure.
I stopped paying attention and just watched like the other ones.
I know the first director got like yeeted off of it, which is why there were some continuity issues on the second one. And the third one, it felt like it was just cleaning up the work from the first two movies. Because it was a lot of lore development and like you actually understand what the hell is going on the last two movies. But it was overall a waste of a movie because I don't think a part 3 of any movie should be just cleaning up the first two movies.
But that wasn't even part 3. That was like part 9.
Well, part 3 of the subset.
I guess. But I mean, it was supposed to be like the end of the whole thing, so it couldn't. Like, it wasn't supposed to act like a cleanup of the last two. It was supposed to act like a whole thing of the overall 8 films.
Yeah, so the breakdown of it was like the first hour or so was just like cleaning up and just telling the story that should have been already told. And the last 30 minutes to an hour is just escalating and suddenly wraps up the whole series.
It's just like, all right, we're done.
It's like, it's like
Bring it in. We're done.
It's like when you have an anime, it's like 40 episodes. You just like slowly chunk through 30 episodes of filler, and then you suddenly get to like the sauce, and it's over.
That's a couple animes.
You know, it's it's like the last couple of seasons of the original Naruto. It's like why are you here?
I still remember when like that first started coming out. Like it was actually cool.
It was cool, but then like towards the last 2-3 seasons, it was just pumping out. Well,
I just stopped watching it. Like when I was a freshman, that was like barely like the first original Naruto was like barely like peaking. It was kind of like, hey, I'm here. Like not many people were watching it yet. It was only a couple people, which is great. And then the freaking fandom appeared, and then nope, I'm out. I am out.
I only recently got into it because a lot of my students were like really feeling it, and I was like, all right, let's see what the hype is. And
I had one of the original Naruto runners. I had one of the original ones in my PE class.
Oh goodness, no, hilariously,
and would do the whole
the whole little jutsu weaving.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking back about it. I did do the Naruto run back in the day, but I didn't discover.
Cringe.
No, the thing is, it's even more cringy because I didn't know Naruto existed until I was already in high school. To me, it was the Sonic the Hedgehog run. Because I was really into Sonic X as a kid.
At least it was Sonic. I mean Sonic X, but I guess at least I guess.
And like
it was
I had the
Sonic
video
at the
games
very
too.
least.
I was like really into the Sonic franchise as a kid. I love the smartassery of that character, and that to me it was.
So I'm assuming you eat plenty of hot dogs,
Yeah,
chili dogs.
always. So like I remember in elementary school I was doing that run. They're like, "Oh, you watch Naruto?" I'm like,
But my question is, have you ever noticed that chili dogs look like diarrhea on a hot dog?
"Yeah, they do. You don't look at it. You just look at other things."
Not fuck that. You look at it.
Nah,
Yeah.
that ain't me.
You're just like, "Arr."
Well, actually, the cheese is pretty alright. Depends, because sometimes it can look appealing depending on how the chili is. Like I like when you can actually see the
No,
beans.
see the fun part though is like when it's like extra runny.
When it's extra runny, it's like it gets a little messy. You know what I mean?
It's like just remember the last time you looked at your toilet bowl after good.
I don't know. I guess I've been dehydrated lately. I've just been like dropping entire tar mounds or something. So can't quite. It's not quite chili dog texture. If you feel me.
No, it literally is chili dog. It's just a dog, no, not the chili.
Dog. But yeah, that was my thing. It was it was
So
Sonic.
you did the run.
It was to me it was Sonic running, but yes, I did do the run, the Sonic run. I believed it made me faster. All it really did was make me fall down a lot more than I should have.
How many times did you trip?
At least twice a day.
How many times did you scrape your face?
Always. I don't know. I was well, I still am, but I've always been injury prone.
Why?
I don't know, clumsiness, unluckiness. It's a combination of everything, really. It's just the way it is.
So you just lived a sad life your whole life.
No, I wouldn't call it sad. I would just say I would always get injured by some weird thing. It's really interesting because I remember I would I would go to work with my dad, do construction. I'd fall off the roof, be completely fine. Like nothing, like not even like only minor bruising at worst when I fall off a roof, like 6 to 8 feet from there. But I take one bad step, and my ankle's gone. What's that?
How do you not know what that? You disappoint me.
Hold on. Okay, it's the intro.
Yeah, for the original
Yep.
Sonic Adventures. The other Adventures is Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the one I grew up on.
Is that the Steve Urkel one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one I grew up on.
Yeah. The really cringy puns are great.
Bam, 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 bam.
I remember my brother was binging that recently. I was like, yes, I approve of
Well, I mean,
these
Netflix
shitty
is like
jokes.
has all the '80s shit right now.
Yes.
It's been great. I've been freaking binging freaking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, VR Troopers, Beetleborgs, like all the old freaking Super Sekai.
Super Sakai. Sakai.
No. Do you want to whatchamacallit? Listen. Go watch Pokemon. Go watch the original episode with Paris.
Oh.
Parasect. Parasect. It's like, dude, are you choking? Are you dying?
No, that's just great voice acting.
No. You want to hear great voice acting? Go listen to Electabuzz.
Oh. It's just the really angry guy growling.
Like the whole, I was just watching the episode today with at the Showdown in Dark City.
Yeah.
Where it's like the Scyther and the Electabuzz, and then you have Scyther, blah blah blah, and then you have Electabuzz.
Like every time I hear Electabuzz make that sound, I just think of a middle-aged person trying to make baby sounds. Like, and they do the whole cheek jiggle and thing.
It's like, oh my god, like why? Like how do you go from like Electabuzz, and then of course Elekid. It actually says Elekid, but how do you go from Elekid to?
It's because subliminal jokes. Electabuzz, the Pokemon
I get
is clearly buzzed.
whatever, but it's like,
or Buzz Lightyear, he's getting buzzed. I don't know.
it's just how do you show up that day to do the voice acting, and you go, all right, what do you got for Electabuzz?
And the guy's like, I love it. This is exactly what I envisioned.
Like, how do you okay that?
Oh god.
Like, how do you like show up and like, this is what I got, and then on top of that, you're like, all right, cool, we got it.
Oh my goodness! You just imagine.
And very well that there's always the voice actor. There's the guy that like records the guy, and then there's that other guy who basically okays the whole thing after everything's done.
Yeah.
So like this had to go to at least like 2-3 people to get okayed, and it went through.
I just want to imagine like you just have the entire production crew and like the president just saying what the hell is this garbage, but then you have what was his name, Satoshi Tajiri, I don't know how to pronounce that, the creator of Pokemon, like, yes, this is it. And like everyone just looks at the guy like he's on crack or something, and it's just Can you imagine getting paid hella bank just for going
Yeah, basically.
like
And on top of that, it's like
that's
you know those sounds are a freaking sound clip. So it's like how many takes of did it have to take?
imagine getting paid thousands of dollars for making the motorboat sound.
So basically, that's what I'm saying. It's like somebody's all right, Scyther or whatever. That makes sense. Scyther, and like kid, whatever. Like everyone, all right. I'll even get Parasect because how would like a little bug do the that CT whatever T sound? I was like, okay, fine. But how do you go into fucking Electabuzz?
Can we talk about how Ghastly didn't even really get his own sound? They're just like, you know what, we're gonna give him a. It was either that, and there was that one episode where they just straight up give him his own voice, and he's just like there talking shit to everyone the whole episode.
Oh man, I was
know, have you seen
no, Wheezing.
Oh,
Wheezing has the worst one.
I go from coughing to.
You go, again, how does that go through multiple people and gets okayed?
It's so bad.
Like, how does this happen?
Like, you just have deep voices of everyone saying, like, Blastoise. And then you go,
Even Muck just says Muck. At least Muck. But it's like, how does Wheezing? Okay, it's supposed to be Wheezing, but how does Wheezing turn into that?
I mean, you have like Charizard, like just like not
A
even
roar.
like just straight up like
Yeah, it's just a
Well,
roar
that makes
straight
sense
up.
because he's like a fire breathing.
He's a dragon.
No, he's not a dragon.
He's a dragon.
He ain't a dragon.
He's a dragon.
He's a discount dragon.
He's a
at
dragon.
best.
He's a dragon.
Discount
Dragon.
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 Sir,
That's a dragon.
he didn't get the dragon typing until Pokemon X and Y.
Don't matter. He's still a dragon.
No, he ain't.
I mean, he was a dragon to begin with. Look at him. He looks like any other dragon, like any other freaking cartoon or video game. Like he looks like a dragon. He just doesn't look like the long Chinese Asian dragon, but he looks like a dragon from like freaking England or whatever, middle freaking
Nah,
medieval.
he's
dragon.
a fire dinosaur.
He's a dragon.
No, Dragonite's a dragon.
He's a dragon.
Oh yeah.
Dragonite does not look like a dragon. He looks like a derp.
Dragonite.
That's a derp.
Is the best.
How do you go from a dragon who's for completely round? He looks goofy as all hell.
Goes from Chinese New Year to Homer Simpson.
It's like he completely, it's like straight up, dude just looks like a derpy freaking dragon.
America.
Charizard looks more like a dragon than freaking a derp freaking dragon.
I don't know, man.
It's like they took Charizard and then they're like, all right, round off every edge.
No, what happens is they just use all the contour when they drew the Charizard. It only looks round.
It's all around.
No.
It's all around.
Are you body shaming Dragonite, sir?
Yes.
That's very square of you.
Right?
No, because it's not around.
Exactly. You're right. That's in the right angle.
Ha 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 ha.
I mean, you want to get shapeism.
Shapeism. Shapeism is a form of art.
You know who I will always say is the unsung hero of, I guess, every whatever Ash situation or tournament.
Brock.
Taurus.
Who? Oh, Tauros.
Always will say he's like the unsung hero.
Yeah, Taurus is just, he's what you want. He's out there. He puts his work in.
Like in every situation he comes, yeah, he'll get his butt kicked and everything, but it's like he's always at least sets up. He always, does the job that he's coming out to do. Like that's like, I wish Taurus would get more attention because
screen time?
Yeah, more screen or just like more like okay, yeah, he's a badass, genuine badass. Because everyone else gets it. Snorlax gets it. Every other freaking Bulbasaur or whatever. But Tauros is always like, it's like, yeah, it's Tauros, but then just gets like overlooked completely.
Yeah.
Yet he did so much, and like he does so much every time he comes out.
I remember Orange Island.
Yeah,
arc,
specifically.
even though no one talks about the Orange Island because Ash finally wins something for once.
Right, right.
They're like, nah, I don't count it. Ash wins. Ash won. Tauros was out there like. Dude.
I'm glad though that there was an episode where his mom was like going through like the mantle or whatever, the chimney, and the trophy's actually there. So I'm glad that they didn't like write it off or like like this never happened.
I mean, that in itself was very questionably believable. Like I believe in that arc. It featured Pikachu drop kicking the Dragonite just by grabbing the antenna and like summoning the Thunderbolt.
I get it. I would believe that due to the fact that Dragonite went through how many?
He went through the entire team.
Exactly. So by the time Pikachu would come out and just hung on, obviously it was just kind of like just like finish off whatever he has left.
But it would have been so much more
So-
hype if it was Charizard like slapping those cheeks.
That's great.
Yeah.
That was actually when Charizard finally started listening to him, right?
Yeah, Charizard
Yeah,
like
right
finally,
before that.
Charizard like finally got salty, getting like slapped around. He's like, "All right, we doing this."
That was the duo, with the lady. It was a 2v2,
I believe so.
right? Because he got frozen.
Oh no. Are you talking about the episode with the Poliwrath? Because there's one episode where Ash battles a dude at the beach, and the guy brings out a Poliwrath, and he completely freezes Charizard.
Oh yeah, it's probably that one.
And then you just see Ash like 12 to 16 hour montage of trying to bring Charizard back to life.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
Dude's like comatose, no fire. Ash is like, I got you, buddy. Don't even. And his hand's like all orange. Like, wait, hold on. Why the fuck is his hand orange? Is Charizard?
Hey man,
bleeding?
Orange Islands.
Is there like tomato sauce on Charizard? Like I don't, just some weird.
Just the stain, dude. The freaking ink of the
Yeah.
drawing.
Yeah, there's just stains going on, and then Charizard's like, "Alright, you've earned my respect, B."
That was the other episode. Was it in Johto when he wanted to get into the? Was it Johto?
Which one?
When he wanted to get into the Charizard Valley?
I think that was that. I think it was either late Johto or early Hoenn. No, it was late Johto. I think.
It was Johto, right?
Yeah, because in Hoenn he like makes a phone call. Like, hold up, let me bring in the Secret Services up here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Then he just comes in flying in.
And Charizard's like, "Yo, I heard you need a carry."
Yeah, basically.
And then he gets clapped by Blaziken. That was such bullshit.
No, that made sense. To me, that made sense.
Charizard has the type advantage against
No,
Blaziken.
to me that makes sense. With the fact that he's never faced off with Blaziken, so he wouldn't know how to actually completely deal with him. I would assume that the Blaziken would have some, it would have caught him off guard a bit. So
Plot armor.
So it was just a
Plot
It was
armor.
just a surprise. Also, it had to be because it was like the setup to go for Hoenn. So
It was just no.
it was the
No,
setup.
that was Hoenn. It was a preliminary match.
No, it was
in
Johto.
Hoenn.
It was Johto to go to Hoenn.
Was it? No,
Yeah.
because Blaziken's Hoenn.
Yeah, but he was in Johto. He was at the tournament for Johto.
I know, but I'm talking about when Charizard got wrecked by Blaziken outright.
And at Hoenn?
Yeah, it was Hoenn, wasn't it?
No, it was at Johto. It was at the tournament at Johto.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess the rest of his team was like Sneasel, Hound.
Yeah, because now it was what was his name? Harris? I think it was Harrison. I think that was the guy's name. He had the Blaziken. He was from Hoenn.
I see.
Yeah, he came to Johto to go take on the Johto whatchamacallums.
And then I think it was a bigger disrespect because
You know what was the biggest disrespect
guy
before you
got-
go on? The Bellsprout.
the Bellsprout. Which one?
The Bellsprout in the very beginning of Johto that just basically drop kicked Pikachu and like
Oh. Early Pikachu was taking all the L's.
yeah.
No, I think they went way too long doing Ash dirty. I know in one of the recent seasons he actually got a win. Was it the
Sun and
low
Moon
win?
he won. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he won Sun and Moon.
I remember in the Hoenn region, or I don't know if it was Emerald Advance or whatever the hell they called it. Like they set Ash up really well. He had like a really strong team. He makes it to the finals of the tournament.
You mean Carlos?
No. It was Hoenn.
Was it Hoenn?
Or I don't
No, Hoenn didn't make it all the way.
No, I don't remember.
Carlos was where he made it to the finals.
And then like the guy just has a full team of stacked legendaries.
Oh no! Yeah, that was Hoenn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Hoenn. We had the
Like,
Darkrai and
Darkrai, Latios.
Latios. Yeah. He had a full legendary. Yeah.
That was bullshit. Ash didn't deserve that. they did our man Ash dirty. It was like that wasn't right. You can't do that.
Because he won after that too, though.
The guy?
After Hoenn, he won the Battle something.
Battle Frontier?
Yeah, the Battle Frontier. They won the Battle Frontier, if I remember right.
Yeah, but no one cares about the Battle Frontier.
No, but I'm saying like stuff he's actually done because the difference though was that the Battle Frontier was brought up later. Orange Islanders never got brought up ever again.
That is true.
I think Ash mentioned it once in like XY, I think, and that was about it. But it never got brought up. Whereas Battle Frontier did get brought up multiple times throughout the. I think it was like Unova or freaking whatever the next thing was after Battle Frontier. Like it actually got brought up.
I think it was. I don't remember the name of that region. Sinnoh region, I think.
Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, Sinnoh. That was Sinnoh.
That was with
Barry
Dawn.
and friends. Don. Yeah. Don.
Yeah, Dawn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Sinnoh. That was I like Sinnoh. I like the Sinnoh region games. Platinum was pretty fun.
I wish I would have. That was weird. I wish I would have done a lot more with the contest.
The what?
The contest.
Like the beauty contest?
Yeah.
Or,
I wish I would have done a little more into that rather than just make rather than it just being like an extra thing.
I guess I remember. Let's see. I think
Like
for the Sinnoh one,
like I get that Ash is the main, but you're bringing in other supporting characters, and that would have helped out the whole supporting thing because it would have also forced Ash to be a little more of the protagonist.
I think they did that in Hoenn. They did a really good job.
Hoenn
of
did
that,
it in
where
Hoenn, and
you had May doing the beauty contest and all.
the thing
stuff.
the thing they did there was the subplot, I guess, with May and
Ash.
no, the other guy, Drew,
Yeah.
the her antagonist. Like the fact that they did that, so because at the time, by the time they reached Hoenn, Ash didn't have an antagonist anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That ended after Johto.
They should probably just bring back Gary and like make him a real.
Make him a
antagonist.
douchebag again.
Yeah, because that was honestly half the excitement just watching him just.
That's all.
Drop
That's
the
all I was
sickest
glad
of
with
roasts.
what was it? Weasel. What was that?
Weasel, that was Sinnoh as well.
That was Sinnoh?
Yeah.
What's his face? Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul
Like
was,
that was great.
Paul was a dirtbag though.
No, but that was great. The fact that they had a real antagonist, because Gary wasn't a real antagonist. He was just a douchebag that just happens to be in the same one. He was like the high school bully, basically.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't a real antagonist. He didn't have. It wasn't a rival. It wasn't someone that completely counters Ash as a person. It was just the high school bully.
Yeah, I guess.
But Paul was an actual.
Asshole.
Yeah, he was a dick, like straight up.
And that Chimchar didn't deserve that treatment.
That was great. I love that. No, when I saw that final thing, I was super excited.
I love that character arc where the Chimchar just pulls a Zuko and he's like, "For honor!"
Yeah.
just beats the shit out of him with his Infernape.
Like, I love that. Like at the end, what was it called?
Infernape?
No, the last thing he did when his
Close combat?
when his passive basically activated.
Oh, burn? No, fuck. No, blaze.
Oh, the blaze, yeah. Like when that finally like showed up at the end, I was like, oh, I was like, hell yeah, this is getting good.
It's getting lit. I dare say.
It was just like that. That was just exciting. I remember I saw him like, hell yeah.
That was good. They gave him a real. They need to have more stories where they give the.
They need to just have more subplots going on rather
Yeah.
than just here's Ash and here's the wacky adventures that he's having.
Yeah, they milked that really hard. We just
Like,
we need more.
What should I call it?
We need to get Pokemon
Like Sun and Moon was really like for story wise, it was just
It felt like watching Tom and Jerry, to be honest.
Yeah, it was very just what
Very
you would call it.
disconnected and just
like
random
fine, freaking
shenanigans.
XYZ had XY and then XYZ had more of a thing with like the whole end of the world versus was it Team Flare, was it?
Team, whatever the team.
Yeah, it was like Team Flare and like the whole thing on Bobber with like the freaking with the Clembot dying and everything. Like there was a whole thing going on. There was a whole other like giant subplot going on besides just Ash in the tournament.
Yeah.
So like there was a giant and actual storyline. There was more things into it. But then Sun and Moon comes in and it's just like let's go back to catering to the 10-year-olds.
I feel like every.
Like, how do you go from, like, building up those, like, characters, like, storylines and, like, every other, you have Kanto, then you have freaking Orange, and you have Johto, where more of a, whatchamacallit, then you have the turning of Gary, then you have freaking
You have, like-
Dawn with, you're getting more and more details into an actual storyline to having more plots.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you go into Sun and Moon, it's just like, let's scratch all that.
I guess they had a low budget or something. That's
How do you have a low budget? You're fucking Pokemon.
exactly.
Like, how do you have a low budget?
You gotta pay for the CEO's raise, man. I'm just kidding.
It's just like how do you decide to just scratch? Fine. You want to go with a different freaking art style. Fine, that's whatever. But how do you like rip off like all the freaking story plot, all this story and subplots and everything?
Honestly, I feel like Sun and Moon was like just a throwaway generation because as a generation, it did not bring it didn't really bring anything new to the table. And as far as the games went, it was very subpar, mediocre at best. And I remember, I used to do a little bit of competitive Pokemon battling. The battling scene got incredibly played out and just very stale really quickly. Just because the Pokédex was Part of their mistake was they made the entire Pokédex available immediately, so you just had people porting over their entire teams and just like pub stomping everyone. So it was it was a bit of a pain in the ass. That's why it was just in general, as far as the story itself, it was very flawed in the video game too, and
It was annoying what they did though with the whole DLC, quote unquote.
oh, with Sword and Shield.
No, with Sun and Moon.
They had their own DLC, right?
Technically, they had the Sun and Moon, and then they had the other version of Sun and Moon.
Ultra Sun,
Ultra
Moon.
Sun, and Ultra Moon. That's like where it supposedly brought in like extra things. It's like, what was the point of that? I'm like, fine, Sword and Shield does have that DLC. Fine, whatever. It was supposed to bring in like an extra
Couple
area or something like that. Like
with the Sword and Shield, I think it's a lot more acceptable because the base game already brought a lot to the table, whereas Sun and Moon, the game felt very incomplete. It was just such.
That's what I mean, though. It's like
it was a Pokemon simulator. Like,
that's what I was like, to bring in the
tutorial.
Ultra Sun and the Ultra Moon or whatever, which we call it. It's just like, why?
It was just trash. They
Why
should have just gone with a Pokemon Z
Why
like
not
they
just
normally do.
give it like an extra $5 for the extra things or whatever. Freaking just make it a real DLC.
They're just milking it.
It's like, why make it like a whole other game for it? That was dumb.
Yeah, like the franchise itself is just, it's slowly becoming EA, feels like, because they're just reusing the same assets over and over again and just not really bringing many new things with the games.
Because I like that whole thing about her. That whole red and blue and yellow, silver, gold, emerald.
Yeah, like they have a third thing.
Like
they just completely bypassed that with Sun and Moon, and
it was just like, why though? It was like that was great because you got the either one or the other one, and then you got that other weird one.
Like, I think they're trying way too hard to be innovative. Like, all the Pokemon Company needs to do to secure, like, the bag for the next couple of years is just give everyone the remakes they want for the Switch. You know, like, remake the Sinnoh region on the Switch. Remake the Johto that was the XY... No, Platinum, Pearl, Diamond?
Oh, Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, like, just remake that in the...
I didn't mind that. That was okay.
Like, it's... Because, honestly, if you look at the sales...
The one I wish they would remake is... Like, I mean, I know they remade it already, but I wish they would like remake it for Switch. As
Soul Silver and all that one.
No, it's like that was said. Like, I know they already made some of them, but no, for me, literally red and blue, gold and silver are great. They're perfect. They're exactly what you need for what it is.
Yeah.
You know, but the one that I wish they would flesh out a little better is Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
Ruby and Sapphire.
Well, they did remake those.
That's what I said. I know they, but I wish they would kind of read like an actual full on like kind of like what they did with Final Fantasy VII,
right?
Where they completely remade it, but they completely remade it like a whole different style of
like they modernized all the
yeah, they modernized like everything. I wish they would do that for Ruby and Sapphire for Switch.
That would be cool.
Because I feel like it needs it. That's what I'm saying. It's like red and blue, freaking red and blue, gold, silver and gold were great as they is like. Just what they are, exactly what it is. Even though even Soul Silver and Heart Gold, like that's fine. Like they didn't change much of it, but it feels like Ruby and Sapphire they were trying to innovate the new.
They did it really well. That entire story was.
But it was
fire.
like.
Just the art, like.
But it was just like kind of weird. It was like they missed the mark. Like, they were there, but they kind of missed it slightly, with like the way the game flowed.
I guess, but it was. Yeah. I like, even though the flow was a little janky, I appreciated all the extra features they added. I feel like it was. I feel like the remade Hoenn ones is one of the most complete Pokemon games.
Diamond Pearl was fun.
Like Platinum was also really good. Like the part 2, that was also a really good complete one. And what they need to do is just need to keep doing that formula where they just can complete the games really well. Either as a DLC, what they're trying to do, or just like as a part 2 type of thing.
I just know that they didn't port in the old whatchamacallits.
The old assets, or just the old.
No, just port it in so we can replay it on Switch.
Yeah, just if it all they have to do is just convert. Like, it doesn't even have to be like hard copy.
Yeah, just download.
Have it on Nintendo.
I'll fucking buy $40 just to play Red again.
Exactly. Like, just all you have to do is just have it available on the Switch store and make it compatible to like. Play with the modern games and bam, you're good. You know?
Like I'll fucking pay another $30-$40 just to play Red all over again. I'll fucking play it on my TV. Even though I already played on TV because I had the
little adapter thing.
For Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I had that. I still have. I mean, I have it.
The Game Boy player, or whatever it's called.
Super Game Boy.
Yep.
So it's like I had that, so I played all the original, I guess, Game Boy games on Super Nintendo.
So when's that speedrun coming in?
For?
Just any Pokemon game?
Oh no, I can't speedrun crap.
Whack.
Hell no. I take my time.
Well, try to speedrun it.
Hell no, I take my time with it. I like the whole whatchamacallit.
Completionist?
I like the adventure. So no, I'm not a completionist. I just like the adventure.
Just do it.
So
Or you gotta just do what Twitch is doing. Twitch or have like a fit.
freaking Twitch place.
Have a fish play Pokemon. I don't know if you saw that one where
No.
like they had a fish and based on the positionings of it, it would input the command. So
funny.
it would just like swim around and I think it got stuck in Mount Moon or something like that. Is what I had heard. I don't know, but that would be pretty neat.
I'm surprised they went through the first kid. That one they need Flash for.
God damn. That is the cave you need Flash for, Mount Moon.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not.
No, I don't remember.
It's terrible. Gotta do Nuzlocke and stuff. Nuzlocke's always great. Although, I want to see a remake of Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness, the GameCube ones. Did you ever play those?
Not the GameCube. I played the Super Nintendo one. I mean, like the N64 ones.
But try out the GameCube ones. They're actually really good for what they were.
They
They had their own side story. And it was really cool.
I'm one of the whatchamacallits that don't really like the control for GameCube.
The whole camera thing?
No, just a control for GameCube.
Oh, like the open
It's really
world?
weird.
Like,
No, the control.
oh, the controller
The
shape
control.
itself?
Yeah. It's like really weird.
I mean, you can play with a Game Boy if you plug it in. They had like a little adapter where you plug in your Game Boy SP and you can use that as your controller.
Oh, yeah, I'll probably do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, I don't know, the control for whatchamacallit is really weird for me.
Yeah.
I actually like the N64 controller.
That's good, but definitely play those out, or at least like watch the playthrough of it. It's the storyline was pretty engaging, I thought. Then again, I was like 12 at the time, so.
That's what I'm waiting for actually, for like one of the handheld Pokemon games to be like really freaking sad.
No, I feel like the GameCube ones were pretty sad.
I don't know, I said handheld.
Huh?
Like the OG whatchamacallits, like the actual handheld.
Like remade as
No,
really
I
sad?
said the handheld.
What
You
about
know what handheld is?
Yes.
Game Boys,
Yes.
DS,
Yes.
now the Switch.
Okay. What
Yes,
about
that's a handheld.
Yes.
I said waiting for one of those Pokemon games to come out and then be actually like really sad, really dramatic.
Like a new one?
Yeah.
I think I think X and Y was pretty sad.
It was okay.
I don't know. Doesn't it like don't you to kill a guy or like this dude who's alive for hundreds of years or something like that?
I don't remember. It's
I don't
been
know
a
if it was
while.
Black I don't know. I don't remember. No, I think it was because the storyline is basically this guy was friends with Pokemon. He betrays the Pokemon. He's cursed to live forever. But then you beating him in a battle suddenly lifts the curse or something like that. I don't know. It was kind of sad-ish. No.
No, I want like real dramatic.
I don't know. That's
After there's no when you're saying I was like the GameCube. I mean that's console. I'm not surprised by that.
yeah.
Console games, tend to be a lot more dramatic than handheld.
Yeah, it's pretty dramatic. One of the protagonists.
The only way like a handheld is ever dramatic is when they like poured in a console game into handheld.
That's true. But even if you don't play later, definitely look up Mirror B. He's like one of the most dramatic antagonists you've ever seen. Like in XD Gale of Darkness, the man would literally start backflipping whenever any of his Pokemon faints. Like he'll backflip all the way back and just run up and throw a Pokeball out for the next one.
What?
It's fucking wild. let me see if it'll pop up. Let's see. And like he's just dancing the whole time. He's just like a disco guy.
Disco Inferno.
For real, it's
That's probably gonna burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
let's see. No, like even his music is wild here. Like I'll play this shit for you.
Alright.
Here you go. Here's a clip from. That's his theme music.
Can only do 10 seconds.
Huh?
Can only do 10 seconds. Lower the
really?
volume.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, well look at this. All his Pokemon are out there having a fucking dance party on the roof while he's like being a fucking villain. And it's just like the man's just living his best life, dancing. And he's just like fucking it's pretty ridiculous.
What are they called?
Ludicolo.
There you go.
Definitely one of the most colorful antagonists in the console.
Whatchamacallit? What was his OG version?
Lotad.
Lotad, there we go.
And this is the dude himself. Look at that afro. The man exudes big PP energy like our friend in another room.
Oh yeah, there's no more music.
Yep.
I just realized it.
Yeah, I realized it's like, ooh, they got their nut.
I'm expecting to see when one of them gets beaten.
Bruh.
What?
Plot twist, like right here outside the door of Crowbar's ready to go.
Yeah, right.
Because we're just here talking shit about the Strokes the whole time.
I mean, it's not my fault.
It's not my fault your stroke game is strong.
Stonks.
Stonks.
So are they all freaking? What is it? Whatever this thing's called.
His whole team is that and like a random shadow Pokemon. But like every time one of them faints, he just does his whole backflip and it's just like wild. I think it's a jump split when he's like launching him or something. The guy's just an athlete. But yeah, they need to. If they can port that, if they can just remake the game for the Switch, I'd be like very happy.
There's a lot of games that need to be like ported over to the Switch.
Like Nintendo has a whole golden line of games. All they have to do is just port them over to the Nintendo Switch store. That's it. Like easy.
Nintendo's always had like a bunch of freaking games. It's just sad that it just keeps redoing the same ones over and over again.
Like it's sad when they redo it and they try to do an
It's like-
innovation that ruins it in the process.
It's like, yes, we need the 50th version of Ocarina of Time.
It's absolutely
It's like how do we not need the 50th version of it?
just give us the OG, just give us the original one, just update it, update the artwork, the assets, the engines. And that's it. We're good. We're chilling. And, or it's like if you're going to innovate, don't do it half baked. Gotta really go into it. Gotta figure out your audience. Yeah, that's our most dramatic guy ever.
I mean, because great, Ocarina of Time, sure, whatever, but 50th? Like, there is more than... I hope they remember that there's more than Ocarina of Time, right?
Honestly, I've never played Legend of Zelda.
Well, I mean, just more than
answer
Zelda.
that.
I mean, you do have, there's a specific, female bounty hunter out there that needs some loving.
Oh, I remember playing the original, the console one, the one on the GameCube, Metroid Prime.
Oh.
I played Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy. That was pretty sick.
My first one was a Super Metroid, the Super Nintendo.
Ah.
So.
Yeah, Metroid's a fun one.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, there's a certain female bounty hunter out there that needs some loving, that needs some new stuff.
But, yeah, they have to really go deep in the paint because the problem with Metroid Prime is they keep recycling I lost my armor. Oh, I have to rebuild my armor from scratch. It's like that formula got played out really quick, so they have to like find a way to just make it more fun because with Metroid Prime, I feel like once you've played one, you've played them all, and that's like probably why they don't get any more love.
I think it was like that 3DS ones or something like that were actually really good.
Yeah.
Or what was it, Acid or something like that.
Legend, and I think Legend of Zelda gets away with it because, like with Breath of the Wild, for example, you can do all this weird shit.
That's the thing,
like
though. That's what I mean, though. You got Breath of the Wild. Okay, cool. You got the Mario, whatever, whatchamacallit. Okay, cool. You have like all these other newer versions, and of course at the same time you're porting the same old crap over and over again. I mean, I don't think it's crap. I'm just calling it just to whatchamacallit, just to group it up together. But it's like you have all these other stuff, you have that just keeps getting ported over and over and over again. But it's like you do remember you have other assets, right?
Definitely. I think Metroid.
There was that new Mario one with his hat and whatever.
Oh, Galaxy?
No, the one with his hat, the new one.
Super Mario. Odyssey.
Odyssey.
There we go.
Like there's there's all this you got that, and then of course you have what is it, Mario Maker. Then you got the new the new Zelda. Cool.
You got it. It's because you gotta follow the money.
Where's Samus?
Samus.
Luckily, they finally listened on one thing. Banjo-Kazooie's coming back.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes, because he appeared in Smash. He's coming back.
So, That's all like, all right, cool. We got a little bit of loving for Banjo here. But there's a lot more stuff. There's a lot more things.
I haven't played much Metroid Prime. Have they done like a whole backstory on the Chozos or anything like
I
that?
don't remember.
Because if they haven't, then there's your entire storyline. Like just like maybe not make it so much about Samus, but like make it more about the Chozo civilization. So you can
Or how
like,
about just keep making it about Samus, but give it a new story?
like have Samus go back in time and like see
So
the
just
roots.
continue on. What's the next thing?
I don't
What's the
know.
next thing Samus is gonna do?
Well, that's the problem. The way they continue it is just they really
It's
need to
like
find
go on to the next thing.
they
Go on
gotta
to the
figure
next
out a
thing.
really clever way to continue it because
I'm not gonna figure out any clever. Just continue on to the next thing. On to the next. Look at Zelda. Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask. It was like, oh, it's like the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Sure, so one of them was like a prequel thing, if I remember right. But it's like you can keep going.
just give
You
Samus
keep-
prequel.
You,
dude.
you can keep the story going. It's just like, why not?
Just gotta fight Ridley again, you know.
So
Gotta fight Fungi Ridley or some weird shit.
it's
Fungus
just like,
Ridley.
why not? I was like, like I said, you got plenty of freaking. There's plenty of assets. There's of course, the one and only, Conquer.
Conquer? What's that?
Make me sad.
What is this Conquer you speak of?
Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
Never heard of it. What is that?
You're missing out on some.
Apparently.
Let me put it this way: Conquer's Bad Fur Day was basically Nintendo rated M.
Wait, is it that one game? Is it that Nintendo 64 game where you can just kill each other and you're a bunch of squirrels?
You need to go watch it. You need to just watch a video of like why it's, why it's basically Nintendo rated M.
It's the squirrel one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Izzy told me about that one once.
Yeah, Conquer's Bad Fur Day was great. So.
No, we need more 007 games.
Or that. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I wish they remade GoldenEye.
I'm just trying to figure out how Nintendo got the
I
licensing
wish
for
they would.
James Bond.
I wish they would remake GoldenEye and like actually do a whole thing for it because
Can you
that game
imagine
was great. Like, can you imagine just a stream, multiple streams of GoldenEye of people actually, freaking online gameplay? Like that'd be great.
Can you imagine GoldenEye with just like all the new pretty pictures and stuff? That'd be cool. Give it a little multiplayer thing.
Yeah, well, it did have multiplayer though. That's the thing.
No, it's not like online multiplayer.
That's what I said. It was like, can you imagine that on stream? Like actually, people playing against each other. Like, that'd be great. Like give us online freaking 007 GoldenEye.
Hello,
great.
CEO of Nintendo.
And like response right away. Shut the fuck up.
Say no. The FBI agents in our phones like say no more, fam.
We want GoldenEye too.
Well, yeah, it's their representation.
There's a bunch of stuff. Like, I wish Nintendo would freaking bring back some of the older stuff. So, and also, doesn't Nintendo own Sega now? Or who owns Sega now?
Did they buy out Sega?
Someone bought out Sega. I can't remember who.
Let's see. Let me ask Google.
Cause I can't remember who's the one that's doing all the Sega stuff now.
Hey, who bought out Sega?
Just wiki Sega, and I should say.
Oh, hold on.
The Japanese assets of Sega were purchased for $38 million by a group of investors led by Rosen and Nakayama.
Who is?
The chairman of CSK? I don't know what that means.
No idea.
Let's see. Does Nintendo own Sega?
Here's a summary from Nintendo Wiki, Fandom. The company is owned by Sega Sammy Holdings. Sega's association with Nintendo goes back to 1976, when Sega introduced Wild Gunman
Bruh.
and shooting train.
That doesn't answer my question. All right. We actually reading the article now. Let's see.
Just type in Google who owns Sega. I'm solved.
Fuck. Damn it, Sega. All right. Who owns Sega? Sega Sammy Holdings. Japanese holding. Wow, their stock's only $3. What?
Oh, I guess Sega Sammy Holdings. I guess there's a whatchamacallit. Well, whatever. Point is, though, there's a bunch of Sega stuff that can get also freaking redone. Like I wish I would bring back some of those. Freaking Vector Man. That'd be great if they brought back Vector Man.
You just got vectored.
Get out. Get out. Ow.
Whoopsies.
That was loud.
You know what we need a remake of? Pac-Man.
Funny, I was just typing in Vector and it came up right away. It was Vector Man. It was like one of the OG freaking back when Sega and Sega Saturn was coming out.
Why does it look like one of the Eggman robots?
I don't know.
You know what we need? Sonic Riders 5.
You know what we need? Mega Man Legends 3.
Which one's that? The only Mega Man game I've played is the one where you use the little chips.
Mega Man Legends.
Oh.
What, didn't you play it?
Nah, I was very deprived.
Why? Oh, there is a Mega Man Legends 3, so we need Mega Man Legends 4.
Well, I stopped there. Despacito 3.
Oh, God.
Despacito 3.
Anyway, we've been going for like an hour now, so...
Thank
We should
God. My voice is tired.
cut it here.
I'm gonna cry if like my audio clips don't even work because I'm like yelling into this mic.
That'd be hilarious.
Feels bad.
But anyway, I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for joining the first episode of the Cold Brew Grind, which will make more sense next time.
Send cough
So.
drops.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. What's next? You can ask for freaking, what are they called? The other thing? It's not cough drops. The
Lozenges.
lozenges. There you go.
Lozenges. We need the Ricolai going on here.
You're gonna have the freaking spray going on
Yeah,
also.
like a
You're
Ricolai.
gonna one of the freaking Thermoflu.
Dude, I'm just gonna bring like my own little air purifier next time I come. Cause like I feel my lungs constricting.
That's, by the way, if you haven't caught on, that's him complaining about the vape. Anything else?
Nerd. No, that's fine.
All right. See you guys next time. Bye.